This is Stephanie, and this is the Mocha Minutes Podcast. Hey guys, before we get into the episode, I just wanted to let you know about something that's a little new here at the Mocha Minutes Podcast. We are now participating in Buy Me a Coffee. So if you haven't heard, buymeacoffee.com is a place where you can show some support and some love monetarily to some of your favorite content creators. That includes me. So it's in the increments of either $1, $3, or $5, and you can do as many as you would like. So I just wanted to let you guys know, would love some support. So if you would go to buymeacoffee.com/Mocha Minutes, I would greatly appreciate it. It will also be in the show notes. Okay, here we go. Someday at Christmas, men won't be boys, playing with bombs like kids play with toys. One warm December, our hearts will see a world where men are free. Someday at Christmas, there'll be no wars when we have what Christmas is for. When we have found what life's really worth, there'll be peace on earth. Someday all our dreams will come to be. Someday in a world where men are free. Maybe not in time for you and me, but someday at Christmas time. Hello, welcome to the Mocha Minutes Podcast. It's been a while. I should see now I'm singing. This is what happens. When I like music, I like to play the Smule app. It's Christmas. I like Christmas songs. Mariah Carey is the Khaleesi of Christmas. It's a lot going on. But welcome back. I know it has been a while. Life has been lifing in the last quarter of 2023. And ironically, this is around Christmas time, but when I think about this song, it's like, yeah, there will be no more wars. There will be no little children who are half of a population of a certain part of our globe crying about, I don't know if I'm going to see tomorrow. Oh, you know what? No, this is not about Palestine and Israel. This is not about Gaza, y'all. It's not. But again, if you're going to pray for it, both sides, because both sides are losing, folks. And hey, hi, tap, tap. Black people are not y'all bulldogs. Figure y'all own shit out. It's so good to have you here. And I am back. And tell y'all something. Life has been lifing. And, for a lot of people, reality TV is an escape. But the best shows on Bravo is upsetting me and my homegirl. So then I had to call my homeboy, the bishop of reality TV, because we're going to talk about this, to talk about Married to Medicine. I had to call Mr. Brandon, he definitely is good, to come here and talk about Married to Medicine. Brandon, ooh, how art thou? Praise the Lord.
I am so good, Stephanie. I'm so glad to be here with you. I actually was hanging with our girl Taria, and I also told her, I said, y'all know I'm gonna have to retire the bishop because the way I'm gonna have to get people together, I don't know if I can represent a church anymore.
They have the church council saying, so anyway, we need to remove Brandon now.
Yeah, they're not even gonna put up a love offering for me, girl. No. They're just gonna give me the boot.
They will not bring you back like Jamal. Like, we're gonna suspend you 3 months, and JK, we brought you back in 3 weeks. Catch that.
Ooh. But I am so glad to be here. Like you said, you had to call me because the Married to Medicine girls. Yeah, we. I
can't even say beautiful gowns, child. It's just
gowns.
A whole gowns. She that's in it. Gowns.
She by Sheree gowns.
Lord. I'm so flabbergasted. Okay, so who doesn't know? Matt has been on for 10 years, and it's so 10 seasons. So that's 10 seasons of theater, right? I've been watching the show since day one. I don't know what made me decide to watch it. I just did. Well, I'm sorry, I'm lying. I know what kept me. It was Miss Quad, Miss Quad. She got it. And then they
She
brought other
got it.
people on. Um, I I also liked Mariah, but I liked them as a duo. And then season 2 happened. You're like, I'm sorry, what's happening here? And then some funky Dineva, a dentist named Heavenly. She has Heavenly Dental. They probably thought that was just a cute name that this woman came up with, and they realized that was her actual legal name, which
Mm.
is actually kind of smart for her to go into being a dentist or in the medical field, because it's like your name is Heavenly. Like, could you just love the children? No, that's because of what my mama named me.
Mm.
I don't know. You got this mix, and now we're in season 10, and there's this season we're having
Mm.
deja vu of season 2 or 3, where we're having like a tribal council and we're voting people off the island.
Right.
Okay. And then also we're having this thing that happened to Potomac season 5.
Mm.
People who never watched the show started watching clips from this current season, or maybe clips from the season before, out of context. All of a sudden they're like, I am a seller. And Candace, she like pulled a knife. I'm like, girl, what the? This is not Orange is the New Black. Damn, are you okay? She pulled a knife off the. I feel like if you're picking up a butter knife off a table, I don't feel. This is not. So now we're having the same problem, because now we're seeing the dynamic of the group shift again. Like, this is a little puzzle box from Hellraiser.
Mm. Mm. Not Hellraiser.
Uh, Yeah, because they, I swear, I'm like, where is Pinhead?
Okay. Where
Where is
he
he?
at?
I need him to come get y'all. Come get y'all.
Seriously.
Y'all need to be
Quickly.
down there with Uncle Frank.
Expeditiously.
Okay. See, this is how you know I've watched this movie way too many times.
Ain't
Because I
nothing wrong with
have.
a good little horror film, every now
That
and then.
Hellraiser is one of my favorite ones. It's kind of like, I'm
Really?
most of them. Yeah, I love the Hellraiser ones. Mind you, I'm like, I'm a whole big old Christian, like, but I love Hellraiser because, like, that's why y'all shouldn't be doing this. That's why. No, I'm not shaking my finger at them. I don't. I sound like Heavenly. But I usually like vampire movie. Like, you tell me it's a vampire in a movie, I'm like, okay, say less. I'm there. And
Right.
there's some terrible vampire movies out there. I'm like, yeah, I know this is terrible, but I'm gonna watch it because fangs.
Mm.
No, fangs. Um, so this season we're watching the dynamic shift again, where the woman who literally was the breakout star is like, I watched her look visibly uncomfortable when Carlos pointed that out. She's like, oh girl, please don't. I've had enough of
Mm.
them coming at me wrong about this. Let's be very clear. Quad was the breakout star. I know it's not surprising, and surprising at the same time.
Right.
And then you have the other. Oh no. Okay. So would you put? I don't know if I would make Heavenly Kimes a breakout star as opposed to a force multiplier. I feel like those are not the same thing.
Right.
I don't think I would call her a breakout star, but
Heavenly,
I don't know.
I don't think Heavenly's a breakout star. I think, if anything, the breakout stars in my eyes of Married to Medicine were Mariah and Quad, but I think that Quad edged a little bit further
Mm-hmm.
just due to like the way that Quad spoke. I remember even Bravo doing like a segment where it was like Quadisms. I think that was
Yeah,
like season 1.
yeah, yeah.
And I mean the name Quad, right? Like that's so unique in a way that I think Quad genuinely just became the breakout star.
Yeah.
Heavenly, I feel she kind of did. Now, this is no shade. Remember when Cynthia and Phaedra were added to Atlanta, right?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Great addition. But
Mm-hmm.
I think they were more multipliers. It wasn't until we
Mm.
got Kinga and Portia
Yeah.
that it then
Yeah.
so yeah, I think there's differences there, and I think
Yeah.
that that's where Heavenly and the rest of the girls have a problem.
Yeah, because I think so. If I think of like the Porsche, I think Portia is a breakout star in my mind. And y'all
Mm-hmm.
know I don't mess with Peach Juice too much. But Peach Juice
Okay.
was a she's a breakout star. And it's like I feel like Miss USA cannot be classified as a breakout star, but she damn sure can be classified as a shade assassin and a
Mm.
force multiplier. The fact that at BravoCon, they're like, who would you not want to get into it with? Kenya. I'm like, what do you think she's bite you? But also, I agree.
Mm. Mm-hmm.
So
Mm-hmm.
this is season 10, and we're watching this dynamic of Quad is not our friend, and I don't know why she don't hang out with us. Y'all added Phaedra. And so that whole you are not married to medicine, my love, does not
Why is she
fly
there?
with me now. Cause here we are with Phaedra. And, oh, by the way, spoiler alert, she ain't got no man right now. Oh, I'm sorry, she got a new one.
Mm.
I'm like, you're not married to medicine, love. Like, why is she on there? I'm like, you do realize that means Phaedra needs to go.
Right.
She should have never been brought to this show. And then we have Sweet Tea and Gregory. Now, okay. Now, remember when they first talked about it and said, "Oh, they're bringing." The rumor was Sweet Tea was Toya's cousin. Kind of favor each other, and Toya's like, "That is not my cousin, girl." Nipped it in the bug closer to Premiere, and now somebody pointed out something. I'm like, I can't unsee this now. They're like, "Look at her, it's only from Flavor of Love." I'm like, oh God, oh my God, now I can't unsee it. Oh God, she just looks like
Mm-mm.
that. She looks like that now. Sweet Tea, I think, is like 30, 31.
Yeah, she's young.
Yeah. So here's the thing about that. Who was around that age when she married Greg, 3 months before they started shooting season one.
Mm-hmm.
She was in her 30s. I'm so y'all, so I started a rewatch of Married to Medicine because I was looking at the comments that's been going on all season. And the way that they've been talking about Quad, people are like, this is Quad's karma for what she did to Mariah. And it's like, wait, what did she do to Mariah? Like, what are y'all talking about? And
Right.
so I think it was the Watch What Happens Live when it was her and Heavenly on. This is months ago. Child, what? Um, oh, not months, weeks ago, where someone said, I don't, or it was somebody else from Married to Medicine, like, are we going to talk about this? Because any issue that Quad has on the show, she never started it. It's like, no, she didn't. So then I became like, hmm. And then shout out to Rodney the Voice, because I'm like, I thought I was going crazy. Shout out to Brandon, because I thought I was going crazy. I'm like, I'm
Mm-hmm.
sorry. Like Whitney Houston sitting at the awards show, watching people clap, and I'm turning around like, what's wrong with y'all? Do y'all wait? What are y'all doing? Because then it
Hmm.
becomes Quad. She basically used them as little tin soldiers to knock down the castle. Like, y'all, that's really not what happened. And I'm like,
No.
stop. So that went all the way back to season one because people are like, she started with Toya. No, she didn't.
Mm-mm. Toya started with
No,
her.
she didn't.
Season
Season
one,
one.
episode
So
one. Toya started with Quad. Remember, the
thank
first
you.
thing we get is Mariah's party. I remember
Correct.
it because the majority of them they was wearing black.
Mm-hmm.
That was where we first get the iconic Miss Quad. Miss
Miss
Quad.
Quad.
She got
Got
it.
it.
She
She
got
got
it.
it.
And that
Mhm.
happened because Mariah had to pull Quad away from Toya and Carrie in the mess.
Correct. Because they were sitting.
Remember?
I
Mm-hmm.
absolutely do. Because I did the reality, I was like, oh, so this is the other. Because I told Brandon like it's several things that I forgot. One, I forgot that Curtis has a whole baby.
Yeah.
He had a 20-year-old child season one. I was like, oh my God, I forgot he had a daughter. Second thing I had forgot was that when they started season one, Claude and Gregory had only been married 3 months. If you listen to the way people would talk to Claude about not having a baby, you would have thought they had been married years and years and years, and she still ain't give him a baby. I'm like, they were newlywed season
Mm-hmm.
one. Wait, where y'all like, girl? What?
Yep.
So say it was that, and the third thing is like Heavenly, most notably, was there the day of the fight, and the
She
only reason
was.
why
I
she is
remember.
like,
Mm-hmm.
now this is what heavenly insane. The only reason why she didn't sign on to be a cast member season 1 is because she didn't know how that would affect her business.
I think that's a lie.
And I'm like,
I
girl,
don't think she was picked
then
for
why did
season
you
one.
then why did you the next season? That it wasn't like season 6 that she signed up. It's literally the next season.
Yeah.
It's like, okay. And so I had to go and also go back and rewatch the fight, the 2 different fights. The fight between Mariah and Toya. And I was like, now here's the thing. I don't know no bitch from no part of this world that wouldn't beat Toya's ass for what she did. However, Mariah touched her first, so I can understand why Toya's like, girl, get your fucking hands off me. See, that's
Yep.
like she mushed the lawyer girl. And even though I'm like, I think she's wrong for doing this, I also was like, I left Toya for doing that. Like,
Right.
get the fuck out of my face.
Right. It was a very the way that Mariah. Now, I'm not saying what Toya did was right or wrong in terms of her
Correct.
daughter,
Correct.
because at the end of the day, now this is what I found interesting about that piece. I don't know if you remember on the episode Docs on the Dock at Mariah's, Eugene and Toya are having a conversation
They did.
about.
They were talking
Yeah,
about
remember? And he was like, yeah, he
mhm.
adopted her daughter, right? Yeah, he did.
Yeah.
Yeah, only a real man does it. So it had already come up. My spider sense tells me, though, I wonder if production was the one that told Mariah that, because like somebody had to hear that when that happened to then be able to add a
Yeah.
little pepper to the gumbo.
That's what Lake said. Lake was like, I was at the hair salon and she's like, this is what I was told. So I think what actually happened is because Toya was like, I don't go to no hair salon. Like, yeah, people come to Toya's. Toya may have been a brokey for like 9 seasons, but she literally said she don't go to hair salons. What I think happened is that she mentioned it in front of her hairstylist. Her hairstylist took it back to her salon and started talking about it. But that's not
right.
how Lake presented it. She made it seem like Toya was at the hair salon, like this is Real Housewives of New Jersey.
Right.
Think about it. I'm like, that's technically not. It's like that doesn't excuse Toya for doing that. It doesn't. But it's still like, okay, I don't know. And Mariah, I hear you, okay? Because that's what I said. I don't know no bitch that want to beat her ass.
Right.
But also, guess what? You should have disinvited her ass as well.
Well, and I think the whole party bit when she touches Toya's hair, because remember, even in Mariah's confessional, she talks about how Toya's not polished. And, it was a very condescending, you look way too pretty. Like that, it was very, yeah, it was very condescending how she did it. She had to touch the girl hair. Like you could express yourself to do that. But yes, so that was the first fight. The second fight, now that's that one.
What? Like, so why what led up to that? Like, now, Lisa, you told Quad after you did it, it seemed like y'all were like getting into business together.
Right.
You didn't do that. And then when I think at a reunion, like I think at that season's reunion, they said, have you done a background on anybody else? And I think she did. It was Heavenly and it was somebody else.
Yeah, I think she said Heavenly because remember her and Heavenly weren't on good terms.
Yeah.
And then I forget who else, but yeah, I do remember that as well. I'm trying to think
if it was Jack, and she was just like, and I guess she placed it as people of like substance, and they're like, oh no, I can see people choose them. It's like, Lisa, Nicole Cloud. Friends do not do background checks on friends for no apparent reason. Like, oh, I could have like invested in your thing. No. Lisa, stop this right now. The thing about it is like, so why did you only do it on Quad? Nobody else you were interested in working with. You are doing a whole, like, I'm in season 4, y'all. You're doing a whole event with Heavenly. I think Heavenly is the one that she said she did a background check on. But also, it's kind of like, why are you doing a background check on Quad? And then it's kind of like, if you were thinking about this, now, ma'am, you are a businesswoman. I am not a businesswoman. You didn't think to just tell her up front. She's like, Quad, I'm thinking like, I think you have a good idea for this puppy couture line, which I'm like, I think it's RIP, but it's really cute because of dogs. Like, come on. People are like disposable income. Of course they gonna do this shit. Like, what?
Right.
It's not just for the white people. Black people, put your stuff in cute little faux furs and like pleather vest. I have no problem with this. Why don't you just tell her, like, hey, I'm thinking about doing this, but I do this with everybody, go into business. So if I'm gonna do my due diligence and I'm going to like do a background check. Now, she didn't say what kind of background check. Is it a criminal background check? What kind of background check are you doing, ma'am?
Right.
But also, why are you acting like she shouldn't be offended? It's like, why are you doing this? It's like, oh, because I was thinking about, first it was, we're going into business. Then it was, oh, I was thinking of it.
Mm-hmm.
Nicole,
Because remember,
Lisa,
Quad told her, because Quad actually wasn't asking her to do business with her. She had approached from a place of just like gauging and getting some questions answered.
right,
And that was why Quad was upset even more because she was like, we weren't doing business together. And to
and
your point, it's like, you don't have to do a background check on your friends. Like, why are you just not asking the girl questions that you want answered? You were doing it to be messy. You came into
right,
this situation. And then when you got bit back, I mean, like, that's one thing about Lisa Nicole when she was on the show. It never gave she knew why she was on the show. It just felt
mm-hmm,
she was doing things to
to
try to
just
like be a
stay on
staple. Because
camera.
season two, it was everyone against Mariah. Season three, like it was like a really
Mm-hmm,
weird dynamic that she did. Then when she flip flopped and then became friends with Mariah, it was really
mm-hmm.
weird after what you said about her and Quad. You
Yeah,
know,
it was like, so that thing with the, because I had forgot how they had led up to that because they were funny. It was like light. Oh, and Claude in them scenes with that daggone God, that private investigator, when she gave him like a Conan, he like, excuse me, he probably
you know
like
that's production. You know, production was like,
said
we need you to dress on
bye.
up.
And Quadria, leave me alone, ma'am. I need you to stop playing with me. And it's so then she got upset that, and mind you, Quad's like, I'm gonna be wrong, I'm gonna do one on you. Okay, that's fine. It's like, ma'am, it sounds like he didn't just do he didn't do a criminal background check. He did on everything that's probably out there about you. And Darren and his wandering Dixon penis was all over Georgia and God knows what other state.
Mm,
Okay. In the Confederacy.
mm,
So you getting upset that she pulled it up. And then out of nowhere, you brought up something that wouldn't possibly be like, what about your that her and Mariah lesbian relationship? Everyone who
right.
it's like realizing, like you're talking about, like, don't damage my brand. You literally are talking about Mariah, a married woman, one married into a doctor. That's, that's your thing. And then Quad, who's also married to a doctor. Both of these men respected in the community, and you are slandering them because let's be very clear, that is what
Mm,
you're doing. This would not come up in a background check. It's like,
right.
why? It's like you got so mad. So it's like you flip, here come the water. They both get up and then they start coming towards each other's face. Lisa put her hands on Quad's shoulders and pushed her back, and then Quad put her finger on her forehead. That is
Mm-hmm.
not what Lisa Nicole Cloud told them. She put her hands on me first, and I was like, wait a minute, no, she didn't. You touched her first. Bets are off.
Exactly.
So it's like, it's not just assault, it's assault and battery. And a lot of people are like, with water. The water is the assault. Putting your hands on someone is the battery.
Mm,
So if she really wanted to press charges, she kind of would have them. And it's like, that's again, they didn't have security. That was a PA that was holding.
and Darren running outside.
Here come Darren. I'm like, he came out in his motorcycle jacket. Sorry, you
Yee!
the work from work.
No, he was in there
Oh,
picking up somebody.
was why was sitting, y'all were hanging out at the bar. This what are you wearing,
Child.
sir? What are you wearing? So it's like, Lisa, you're doing all this. And like, I can't believe her. Ma'am, you threw water on her. The person that
Right.
lost their cool was you. And I
Yep.
don't know, again, I don't know no bitch that would not be ready to beat your ass for throwing a drink on them. You threw water on her. It's just water. Yeah, that's assault. But I'm sorry, it's probably just a misdemeanor. Probably doesn't have the same amount of years that it does in Maryland, which is wild for a misdemeanor. But still, ma'am, you lucky she really ball up her fist and punch you in the face, because I think I would have.
Mm.
And I probably would have rearranged Darren's mole because that's just how I'm
Ooh,
feeling. Because
ooh.
that's for you and your wandering ass penis, you ratchety bitch. It is because you're a hoe. That's why. You gotta work. I'm like, I'm sorry. I don't know. If I was fighting with Lisa Nicole Cloud, I would just take a I would be like I'd be like Mariah's mama, just pick up my pocketbook and hit him in the head. Why did you hit?
Stephanie, no, not Mama Lucy.
When I tell you Mama Lucy cracks me up. Yeah, to rewatch, I'm like, oh my God, her mama ain't shit.
It's when
Her and
Simone
God are
said,
friends. I really want to know.
Mama Lucy is hitting this girl in her head
Yeah,
with her purse. It's just, it was bitches in ball gowns. That, I just want a t-shirt that says that. Like that for
I
me.
want to talk about. But when I tell you, it was like every time they do the rewind of Lucy, just I'm like, what the fuck is in your purse?
Mm,
What's in your purse? Because it can't be the rhinestone that's on front.
right.
Girl, it's like I'm get my lick in.
And I'm glad you're doing a rewatch. And that's what I recommend a lot of Twitter to do because I feel people are speaking from places that they don't know about.
Mm-hmm.
Because when it came to Mariah being put off the show,
Okay.
right?
Okay.
People love to say it was Quad leading the charge, but if you actually go
Mm-mm.
back, it wasn't.
It
Quad
wasn't.
had her issue with Mariah, but she told the women, I just asked y'all stay out of it, and if y'all invite her, do not invite me.
Me.
That was all that she had asked. It
At
was then
zero.
Toya, it
Mm-hmm.
was then Toya telling
Mm-hmm.
Quad what Mariah had said about
Mm-hmm.
her.
Mm-hmm.
Simone and them then taking sides like that way that all went down. They all used. I saw a tweet and I forgot who tweeted it, so I'm sorry, y'all. I will give y'all the credit, but I did see a tweet. It was not my thoughts or my perspective, but they said how the group used Quad's reason of Mariah to get rid of Mariah.
Mm-hmm. Pretty
Now the
much.
group is using Toya's reason for Quad to get rid of Quad, and I have to
Mm-hmm.
agree.
I have to
I
agree.
I I I have to agree because what we have witnessed, Stephanie,
Mm-hmm.
is them trying to execute a plot that like the Hills girls would do. And while Beverly Hills, it was annoying, the Fox
Mm.
Flop Faux Five, they were able to still accomplish some things. Okay. Like we,
Yeah.
for a couple of seasons, we weren't talking about certain stuff. They were able to
Mm-hmm.
gun at people.
Mm-hmm.
With this Married to Medicine, they forget they are
Mm-hmm.
good because they're an ensemble.
Right.
And this show has always had underlying tension between the wives and the doctors.
Correct. Correct.
And I feel that there's always been multiple ways to look at this. So for the doctors, they've always felt they were better than because they are the
Mm-hmm.
doctors.
Right. Right.
Then among that, when you had the wives, they held Carrie to a higher standard because she was white, to be honest.
Mm-hmm.
And then you
Mm-hmm.
had Toya. Then they kind of had Mariah because even then Simone and Jackie didn't really care for Mariah like that. Then
Mm-hmm.
you had Quad. So Quad has truly always been somewhat of the underdog.
Yeah. Because it's basically so when I was looking, because I didn't finish the interview that Quad had with Carlos, where
Mm-hmm.
she said her father that has passed on
Mm-hmm.
said, "Are you sure Mariah is your friend?" And she was like, "What are you talking about?" He was basing it how what he saw Mariah do on screen. That
Mm-hmm.
gave me pause. I'm like, she bring her around like she was some little puppy that she just adopted from the SPCA. It's like being like low key problematic with her statements and like Casa Diddy and being just a southern white woman. Yeah.
Mm.
Toya being new money and forgetting that bitch, you from Detroit and you I know Eugene made good, but let's be very clear. I think when you first walked in here, I don't think everybody was really happy for you either.
Mm.
So it always bugged me to watch Black like Toya coming at Quad.
Mm-hmm.
I was not surprised with Carrie, but Toya is like, yeah, hold up. I know this ghetto ass bitch is not calling another ghetto ass bitch. You coming at her? It's like, Toya, please, you are such new money that is ridiculous. So it's like, but
Right.
then it's like you look at how Mariah would talk about her. We just gotta help her. She has literally been, she is still in her probationary period of her marriage. They had only been married 3 months.
Three
Are y'all
months.
fucking kidding me?
Yep.
It's like you
And that's
never
the
wanted her to react. It's like she was like, see, here's the thing. She called me a medical mistress. See, that's the thing.
Yeah, but why did she call you
Why
that?
did she call you that? Because you have been saying some not cute little like slick shit. Because that's always what Kelly
Calling
does.
her husband a psychologist, which there's nothing wrong with a psychologist, but they were already trying to downplay his profession as a
Correct.
medical practitioner. Like it was, that's why I said this stuff starts at the root. Like you got to go all the way back
You got to go way
because
back.
this isn't just happening. And what it gives is,
Mm-hmm.
and I felt for Quad when she said the term breakout star because of her experience, she didn't like being
Mm-hmm.
associated with it, which is
Mm-hmm.
I can understand.
Yeah.
But I think the point that sticks out to me the most is at that same reunion that they were trying to get Simone and Cecil to stay together, Gregory, out of his
Mm-hmm.
mouth, admitted in front of
Admitted
all
it.
of them how him and a friend took some girls back, like how he took a girl back to a hotel room.
And it was, yeah, and it was
So,
like they sat there and just blinked their eyelashes. I'm like,
right. And coming
huh.
out of that, then you have the following season where she's doing Sister Circle. She's getting up in the morning,
Mm-hmm.
going to work. They're living in
Mm-hmm.
separate rooms. We see the true disillusion of their marriage. We finally
Mm-hmm.
get to a point where we hear all the ugly things. Oh, no, but even before that, where Quad talks about how she saw Gregory out with a woman last night. Like there was so many things where this
Correct.
group always blamed Quad for why her and Greg didn't work out. Oh, Quad, all he wanted was a baby. So when she's not revealing this stuff, you would think your perception changes. And I used to look up, I used to hold Jackie to a certain standard,
Oh, let's talk
and I
about
kind of stopped because after the whole Buffy incident,
honey.
and then even with the Quad stuff, where when Andy Cohen asked them, after seeing what Quad and Gregory said about their marriage, like, what are your thoughts? And when she was like, I just hope that they can be friends, someday. Girl,
Mm-hmm.
they just talked about abuse, and you want them to be
It wasn't just like,
friends?
yeah, it's like the fact that that season had a four-part reunion and you saw the whole cast try to keep Simone and Cecil together. Now, I don't know if it's
Hmm.
just because they're like, no reason to not be together except y'all just be bicker McBickersons.
Right.
On one hand, I was like, y'all, like this happened at the same reunion. Quad and Greg, Simone and Cecil.
Hmm.
Same reunion. Y'all were not doing it. Y'all were quiet. Y'all actually tried to say the Quad was lying about that man putting his hands on her. And then here's Andy. No, no. He said it to me. Yes, he did say that. He said that. They were like, uh, uh. Andy's like, no,
Then they wanted to, well, we need to be careful with no, no,
you
no,
need to
no,
be
because
careful.
then now
This
it
is
doesn't
his
fit your narrative.
reputation. It was like,
It doesn't fit your narrative anymore that she was the root cause. And I think
mm-hmm,
that's the biggest issue with this show is that they hold their worth when it comes to, like I said, whether they're the profession and the
mm-hmm,
professional, whether they're not the doctor. So then
mm-hmm.
it's the wife, and then it's how are you showing up in your marriage and
Right.
what we deem to be worthy of that. Because the rest of them have children, but this is where I then kind of get in on that, right?
Mm-hmm,
Y'all holding Quad to this standard, right? Of well, Quad, blah, 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 blah. But where
mm-hmm.
was that Jackie? Where was that standard for Jackie? Y'all gave it to her after the, well, Jackie, working a lot, and Jackie, her clients are her people, and blah 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 blah. Because quiet as it's kept, as long as we watch this show, Curtis has not always been around. There have been times that Curtis
No,
has been missing in action, and
he
Jackie just showing up
hasn't.
like that's okay. So then, why wasn't that same type of expectation laid on Jackie?
Mm-hmm.
Because she's the doctor, right? So it's like this weird dynamic of this show, how they want to box in as women, black
Mm-hmm.
women, how
Mm-hmm.
they show up for one another in a sense of a social status. And I think that's why we got what we have this season, because
Correct.
Quad, without her man, was able to still flourish, have a career, had a house to the point y'all saying this girl sleeping with the contractor. How can she afford this house? Like, y'all act like y'all
Mm-hmm.
don't do endorsement deals.
Hello.
Toya, you act like y'all haven't house hopped every season.
Damn near her house was all sponsored. Like, are we kidding here?
Anila
Or
had a
said
sponsor.
that.
Like that's why I'm saying it for me, what it gives, it feels like I said, when it came to Mariah, they felt her star
Mm-hmm.
got too big, so they wanted to humble her.
Yeah.
I feel like what Quad, it's the same, but also too, Quad disrupts their recipe and their narrative because
Mm-hmm.
she can do what she want.
She
She
can
doesn't
pick
have
up
to
her gun and
answer
go
to
to
no
Nigeria
sorry
and go look for
husband.
men.
Yep, she don't have to answer to no sorry husband. She ain't got to do
Mm-hmm.
none of that. But if they're choosing to stay in their marriages, that's their business. Why are y'all taking that out on this girl?
So, so yeah. Oh, Jackie, because this is also very interesting on the rewatch. First of all, but most of all, I didn't realize medical wards was a thing because Jackie was the first one to try to make it seem like Heavenly was no real doctor because she was a
Yep.
dentist. And
You
I'm
are a
like, ooh.
DDS. When you're on a flight, they ask for an
And
MD.
then
You're
I'm like,
yeah.
yeah, is there a doctor? Technically, she would say something because she's a fucking doctor. I'm like, she's DDS. Like, girl, what the fuck are you talking about? If so, would a can a cardiologist talk down to you, Jacqueline? Because I feel like
Mm,
you would not have it. It's like, can a neurosurgeon talk down to you? I bet you they don't. She also was very fat phobic, and it's kind of like,
mm-hmm.
baby, please understand that rewatch when that I think the plus size miss, I don't remember, forgive me for not remember her title, where she was like, you can be healthy plus size, healthy. And I was like, but here's the thing, Eugene, who arguably is the best husband on Married to Medicine, he really is. It's like, I don't even know how to explain this when I say this about Eugene, because sometimes Genie be getting on my damn nervy nerves. But I
Mm,
think he's the best husband. But he had made a very valid point. He's like, it's very interesting, Jackie talking about health and losing weight when she's never had a problem with weight. Like, yeah, she's
mm.
always been thin. But I think her coming from the angle of breast cancer and how they do talk about, like, health, I get it.
Right.
Here's the other side about this with Jackie. After that first season reunion, they all had an issue with Mariah. Every single person on
Mm-hmm.
that stage had argued with her, every single one except for Quad. So it was so easy for them to just go, they didn't care because they all had an issue with her. So Quad didn't make them do nothing. Mariah made them do something. So here's the thing: as much as I say that Jackie can be like in living her villain era for part of this tenure on Married to Medicine, I'm gonna say this real clearly. Mariah, Lakeisha Mariah Huck could never say to me as a two-time breast cancer survivor that you don't understand what it's like to be a mother. You've never been. I'm
Woo!
not even trying to be funny. Let me tell you one thing. I would have slapped Lakeisha's teeth out. How dare you say that to that woman? I would be good on you so quick.
Because she knew she was wrong and she was grasping at a way to make what she wanted to say stick. And that was that was
That
a
is
nasty
nasty. That is
Jackie,
not
you
by
have no kids
design.
on this couch.
And
Like it was very, you would never understand, blah, 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 blah. That's a dig.
it's like, you do realize it's not because she don't want to have children. She physically could not. So, and the bad part about it, Mariah, is you know that shit. It's like, as much as Jackie holds it together, she only like loses a cool every so often. I'm sorry. I caught a
Mm,
charge that day. Let me tell you something. I'm gonna birth this fucking ass women for you. That's what I'm about to birth. How about that? I'm like, I'm so sorry. Mariah could never sit at my table. Ever.
right.
We're done here. We're done. I'm good. Thank you for your services. You could never sit with me. I'm like, Mariah, I don't care if you apologize for that. That is so mean because she didn't understand why you felt that way. And
Right.
I'm like, Mariah, part of it is probably because you probably didn't explain yourself correctly, even though I understood exactly why Mariah was pissed. I understood it. But I feel like you wanting them to feel exactly how you feel when you flat out just said to Jackie, you don't know what it's like to be a mother, it's wild to me.
Mm,
Damn. Oh, and you said something that's so hurtful because that tacky ass bitch was telling your business to a hairstylist who probably didn't know, and now she do. They're like, well, it wasn't a secret. It's like, yeah, but Lauren didn't know. But I don't think she walked around, hello, this is Dr. Aiden Huck. He adopted my daughter Lauren. He's not her biological father. Because that whole speech you gave to Jackie, you do realize they could say that to Aiden. I'm like, you can help
mm,
Lauren. Her daddy,
mm.
you would literally tear the fur off somebody if they said that to you about Aiden. You would be like, how dare you? I'm like, well, ain't that what you said to the two-time breast cancer survivor? She
Right.
don't know what it's like to be a parent because she physically could not have children because she went to 2 different rounds of chemotherapy and radiation. Like, bitch, what?
Mm,
See, some of y'all need to be slapped.
that part.
I'm just sorry. I like violence when it makes sense. It would have made total sense if
Oh,
Jackie stood up and took a lemon. She like put lemon juice on her hand and smacked her across the face. I got a lemon squeeze for you.
now see, listen. Now y'all know in the church. Now I'm just sit and just sip my drink. I'm not gonna. You know, I,
Wait, hold on.
I
I'm the violent Christian. I'm like,
listen.
thing
I'm
is
just
violence to
gonna
make sense. I'm like, yeah, violence. If violence makes sense, I'm like, of course I don't want to see. I don't want to see black people fighting. especially black women. I see y'all fighting. Okay. I'm also
Yeah.
a fan of Chasing in Atlanta, and I'm like, just fighting.
Well, this is
Like
the
people fighting
thing,
on
because
camera.
I can't tell people how to react to certain things,
Correct.
and I think, especially with Mariah, I think there was a weight behind the words that she was throwing because she knew how
Mm-hmm.
she created the show. Like there was
Mm-hmm.
a lot going on there, and I feel like the way that she spoke to them was to try to shut them down to not be held accountable. And
Yeah.
it's just like she needed to
Mm-hmm.
be held accountable. And I felt, ooh, excuse me, and I
Mm-hmm.
felt that she knew and a way to start hitting them below the belt. And that's what
Mm-hmm.
she was doing. Like I remember when she called out Simone's teeth in her confessional, the way she kept talking about Toya. Then when she talked about Quad season, oh, when Mama Lucy and them, she envy child. She envy. Then when they spent all of, I
Mm-hmm.
think it was Ramadan, talking about the girl when they were at dinner. It was just like, as much as I love Mariah season one, these
Mm-hmm.
shows go to people's head very quickly.
Yeah.
And I think that's unfortunately what happened. And I just feel the way that's why I'm telling everybody you got to go back to season one. Shut up on
You do.
Twitter. Just go back, go
Just go
back, go
back.
back. Because it's such a interesting watch from then until now to
Mm-hmm.
see how alliances shift. Because to be
Mm-hmm.
quite clear, I don't know why Simone and Toya are friends.
Okay,
Um,
that. Okay, that.
because the
Can we
way
talk
that
about it?
they were going into it season two when Simone told Toya, you don't think, and then at that reunion, I'm gonna show you
Dumbass. It's like,
how to be a mother since you can't be. Like there was so many things
it was
between
so.
them
Oh my lord.
and it's just like, again, I feel the show works out of convenience of how they
Mm-hmm.
want things to go with their alliances. Like,
Yeah.
it's a very, like, who don't we like because of this reason? Who don't
Mm-hmm.
this because of this? And I feel the first time we ever saw a crack between Simone and Jackie's alliance was when Buffy was on. And Buffy was Simone's friend, and you have these things going down where Simone can't really defend Jackie, and she's being it. Like I said,
Mm-hmm.
I why I'm so disappointed in these women right now is because I know the history
That part.
and
That
from
part.
what we see, right? And
Mm-hmm.
knowing, yes, Quad has done things, but also what have y'all done?
Do
And
you?
I think people
Ooh.
are so quick to do that. Well, Quad did this and Quad did that. There's a such
Mm.
thing as action reaction, cause and effect.
Yeah.
We can't talk about where we are now without talking about how we got here. And with Quad saying, because I know what she meant very loud and clear,
Mm-hmm.
I didn't feel that this was a safe space. I don't feel y'all are
Mm-hmm.
asking this girl, and I'll use this example for this the context. Y'all are asking this girl to have a conversation with y'all in front of her ex-husband's new wife.
Yeah.
What? Who does that? Simone, let's call her. What was that lady name? Sherry. What was the friend name from Cecil?
Was
That
it Tam? What's her name? Oh
Tammy, was
God,
it
something like
Tammy
that.
or Sherry?
It
Something
might
like
be something
that.
like that. Yeah.
Tammy, yeah. Let's call her up. Do you want to have a
Listen.
conversation in front
Mm-hmm.
of her? Like, no. It's like they pick and choose when they want to apply
And they want
these
to do it.
rules
Mm-hmm.
because it works for them. But then when it's not working for them, they want to kind of find a back door as to how they need to make this fit for you.
You see what's really, really funny about that? Because you're absolutely correct. Is that this rewatch? So I have this idea of rewatching. If you go back and rewatch something from the beginning, it's going to do one or two things. It's either going to reinforce what you already thought, or it's going to change your mind about what you think. It's like, oh, I see. I thought I hated this person. Now I didn't. For me, it reinforced, but it also made me rethink of how I feel about Simone because
Mm-hmm.
Madam has been a flip flopper and she has been a hypocrite since the beginning. How are
Mm.
you telling Quad that she need to just suck it up and be in this room and be in this room with Mariah, where after, and this is after they got into a physical altercation at STK, and you don't even want to be in the same room with Toya, and you are alleging that she almost put her hands on you. You didn't want to be in the same room with Toya, and she didn't even put her hands on you. It's
Mm.
like you didn't want to be there. You were doing this flip-floppy thing. You were making this speech at Blue Ridge that nobody asked for, but you made it. We're not going to invite Mariah to stuff, and we're not going to go to her stuff. What's she going to do? Then you get in your car and drive back them few hours to Atlanta, and your husband look at you like, now why are you leading the charge? And I'm glad that Cecil said, because Cecil was sitting on that couch when they were sitting at that table. He heard everything. So why are you the one leading the charge against Mariah? Then all of a sudden she's like, oh, I might have to do it. So Quad's looking at you, we're like, okay, girl, do whatever you want. And then you mad that she looking at you like, you did this whole I have a dream speech in that cabin in Blue Ridge. And you're looking at me like, why? You're holding me hostage. I'm holding you hostage, bitch. Y'all got, man, you on the ledge by yourself, Miss Watson. Tell y'all to do any of this. So when people say she made them do it, no, they didn't. Let's be very clear. It started with a little bit with Toya. Then all of a sudden, Heavenly is not inviting her to a dinner that she invited everybody to, and they're having whispers. Then all of a sudden, Simone disinvites her from Blue Ridge. That had nothing to do with Quad and everything to do with y'all. Y'all are using her as an excuse. And now, fast forward to season 10. I'm sorry, what's the excuse? And it's like, oh my gosh, she's done so much. And y'all literally are standing on a speech at her party that they're wearing all white, and she gave top billing of thanks to the women that she see more than she see y'all. Y'all were so mad that she did not give y'all top billing in her my sister keep him holding me down speech. Why she and see Selena Johnson every goddamn day? Because that show came on Monday through Friday. What like this? Y'all are such weirdos. And y'all, oh my God, I can't believe she did this to us.
And then left.
How old are y'all? Y'all bitches are over 40 years old. As somebody who's 42, I'm like, oh, y'all lying. She didn't say this first. Shut up. Shut up. Are you still talking? Shut up. Okay, can I tell you my hot take about for icing people out? I feel like this is a very hot take.
You said about icing people out.
Icing people out and how effective it is. First Mariah and then Quad. I was like, hey, hi. Heavenly, the only reason why they didn't successfully ice you out is because of Jackie. Simone would not have moved to ice you out because Jackie would have put the kibosh on it so quick. The only reason why you're still on this fucking show is because of Jackie. Simone ain't going to cross Jackie too much. Even if they had their falling out, still would not have done it. Heavenly, you're still on the show because of Jackie, because you're Jackie's friend. They respect Jackie. Jackie is the medicine in Married to Medicine. Low key, Toya is the married.
Right.
Yeah, Heavenly, you're not going anywhere. That's the only reason why you're still there, because of Jackie. Not because of you, not because of the fans, not because they scared of you, because bitch, they not. Allegedly, they're scared of Toya. You better thank Jackie. That's why she goes so hard for Jackie. Because she know the minute that Jackie is done with your ass, you done on this show. She'd be like, okay, so when we getting rid of Heavenly? It's not going to happen because, Heavenly kind of, don't care. Jackie's very indifferent, it seems like, for her cast. So y'all to do this whole sisterhood thing, I'm like, yeah, let's be very clear. Jackie's friends on the show is Simone and Heavenly. Y'all, the rest of y'all are co-workers. Please spare me. Like, Heavenly, you literally rub people the wrong way since season damn 2. It's 10. Why are you still there?
Right.
It's not because of you. It's because of Jacqueline. And you can sit here and say, Carlos, you didn't hold Quad's feet to the fire. Meanwhile, Carlos couldn't get syllables out. He couldn't get vowels or consonants out because you would keep cutting him off.
Yeah.
He didn't necessarily answer any of his questions either.
Because again, it's a plot and a narrative. Like, this is what I think, Stephanie. I think that Simone, Heavenly, Jackie, Toya, of course, teamed up to edge out Quad, right?
Correct.
Because I think the reason it happened was they were not expecting her to come back. Yeah. I think what happened was when production and them hired on Gregory back as well as Sweet Tea, I don't think they were thinking that Quad was gonna come back. And I think that they had kind of felt good, like, oh, she gone, like, whoop-de-whoop-de-woo. Then it's announced she's back, now it's like, oh well shit. Okay. So if she's coming back, immediately her conflict with Greg and Sweet Tea was gonna be on front page because Greg and Sweet Tea don't work without Quad. That's what I think viewers are missing. That
That part.
storyline,
We
you
wouldn't
bring them back
care.
because the thing is with Gregory, why do we care that Gregory is back? Sweet Tea, we don't really know her, and we know that they got together because she slid in his DMs. So these
Mm-hmm.
women have not had a true relationship with her, and this was the first time that she was meeting them. So how was this gonna work without Quad? That's what I want them to ask themselves. Like, do y'all really think that that was gonna be successful?
It wasn't because, and that's the thing. Can also with the Sweet Tea portion of it. Okay, is it just me or did you notice that Heavenly changed her story about Sweet Tea 3 different ways? First, it was
Mm,
I brought her to the show because I'm playing producer. Then it was, oh girl, I just told her about, she came to me and everybody talked to me about the show and I tell them what to do. Then it turned into, oh, we all told her about the show. Heavenly, that's not what you said before. You said you got her on this show. You're the
mm,
one who brought her to this show. The other thing I noticed about Heavenly is like Heavenly, she talks a lot. See, that's the thing. Her and Quad do the same thing as allegedly when they're not really answering straightforward. Here's the thing: Heavenly just talks quicker because I'm like, I'm listening to you, ma'am. If you thought Quad didn't give a damn about sweet meat, you hanging on Sweet Tea, why did you DM it to her? Why
right.
did you send it? It was like, I think you give it to him. To her for it. You didn't just post it and she saw it. You sent it directly to her as well. So if you think she didn't care, why'd you send it to her?
Right.
You knew that was Sting and you kind of didn't care. And I think also you knew for a fact that y'all bitches are so boring. We don't care. Cause I'm like, what was the storyline gonna be for Toya? Moving again, JK, she's finally like doing a platform and a job. And I'm like, she should have been doing that since season 1. Cause I feel like as much as I could say I have issues and taking leave Toya, I'm like, girl, there's no way you've been on a show for 10 years and people
Mm,
come after you and outshine your ass. Who are you?
mm.
Deshaun Snow? I'm sorry. That's rude. I should
I
not be.
love
See,
Deshaun.
go back because I'm her first season did her and that ugly ass man broke up. I'm like, on and now we didn't get him. Okay. I'm sorry. Deshaun, I like you. I also like her shortcut, and I feel like y'all cheated us out of a real scene with that dinner with her and that white lady who said, I've been a black lady, I'm a black lady with white skin, and now your husband, who is showing signs allegedly of
Mm,
CTE, and it's like she has ruined our life. Yeah, homie, stop talking to his parents for her. I was like, wait a minute, stop. You stop talking to your parents? Why? Because they probably sniffed what you're sniffing now.
mm.
Yeah. So that's the thing. Sweet Tea and Greg coming back don't work if Quad is not there. To
Right.
Brandon's point, it don't work. We're like, we're not. If Quad didn't come back, they'd be like, wait, y'all should bring Quad back. Why is she not there? Because hey, hi, yeah, dear producers and editors and casting directors, who asked for Phaedra to be on Married to Medicine? Sorry, Atlanta fans are not coming to Married to Medicine, and vice versa. If you know, you know.
Mm,
If you watch the shows, you watch them both in like they are not mutually like we're not watching them together. They're not tandem, right? So we're not doing that for that. So it's like people who watch Atlanta, they ain't going to Married to Medicine because Phaedra there, because y'all want to watch her lie some more. And they're not going like the thing about it, and you know what's really funny? Phaedra on Married to Medicine seems very stupid. Quad on Atlanta don't sound all that stupid.
mm.
Quad could literally go to Atlanta. Y'all could have did a trade, even though technically Phaedra's not on there. Y'all could have did a fade. Quad would work on Real Housewives of Atlanta because she know of. And then you could see more of her little very, tenuous relationship with Kenya, but it seemed like they're both cool. But we probably would get more stuff with her and Kenya if you bring her on Atlanta.
Mm.
I'm no producer. Should I call Carlos? I'm a DM. Carlos, let me buy you. See, y'all don't want Carlos to go if I come back to Bravo, they're gonna add some more zeros and they're gonna give me a better position. I feel like y'all don't want that. I also second hot take. The only reason why I'm heavily watched that episode is because she's doing recaps of Carlos. She is flat
Right.
out says she don't watch these episodes. Someone literally wanted to argue with me and say that is she don't watch. No, she don't. She flat out said out of her face that she don't watch that. And then someone said, "Well, Heavenly's a liar." I say she wasn't lying. I said this is what she said, and she
Right.
also said it again on her thing with Carlos. I skimmed it. She don't watch these episodes. How are you recapping? That's why when people talked about her and Candy, I'm like, Candy watched the episode. And she'll say, y'all can see this part on the episode. Because I'm like, yep, we can talk all about Sugar Mama all day. But at least she watched the episodes when they send them to her.
Right.
It's like, I'm just flabbergasted watching this. It's like, y'all, it's kind of like how they're trying to do, like, Heavenly's defensive. Simone is kicking in. If I see anything from Toya or Jackie, I'm like, you know what? I'm gonna hang it up flat screen because I'm almost there with Potomac, and I might be there with Married to Medicine. And I'm like, I'm so sick of like the shows that I really really like that I'm like, yeah, I'm good on this. I'm switching to Southern Hospitality, mind you. It's a I like the show because I don't watch Southern Charm for obvious reasons, and I don't watch Winter House for obvious reasons because that tall man that everyone thinks is attractive and no, he's
Oof.
just tall is on both of those shows, and I can't do this.
Yeah, I I don't watch them.
You
I
You're like, you don't
when
watch
it
the show. I'm like,
comes,
mm-hmm.
yeah, mm-mm.
Mm-mm.
When it comes to this, that's why I said them piping up, like heavily getting upset with Carlos, people, it's because there's a clear push and their narrative is backfiring. Because like there are some people that are
Mm-hmm.
like, yay for them, but there are the majority from what I see are like, that was messed up, regardless of how you feel or the accountability, the way that y'all did it was messed up. And so
Yeah.
for Heavenly to be throwing all these off-camera things, it's like, girl, it's not whatever you say is not gonna stick.
Girl, we
Like
don't care what you
y'all,
saying.
yeah, y'all should have handled it the right way, which was y'all should have had a conversation with her and not invite her on the trip.
That
Don't do
part.
this. Well, we didn't really think she was gonna come. Are you kidding me? Like y'all extend an invite. Of course, the girl get a call sheet of what she gotta
Mm-hmm.
attend. Even when she got there, you could tell she was on positive energy.
Mm-hmm.
Then for y'all to immediately try to knock her down, well, girl, I forgot to get you a room. And then like this and this. Why didn't y'all go to the front? Hey, concierge, we need another. Do y'all have other accommodations? We need another room. Then Simone essentially gonna tell the new girl, "Oh, Quad could just room with you. Thank you so much. Yeah, see how we solved that? What? The,
Okay, Quan came in with bad energy. I'm like, yeah, I don't know how you would feel the minute you say, girl, I ain't know you show up. We ain't got no room for you.
right.
So should I go down to the Hilton? I mean, I could go. I was like, what? It's like, I don't understand. What did y'all expect from her? I'm like, how was she giving bad energy when you started off with, we didn't know you was gonna be here. We ain't even got no room for you. When you literally could have just told her to not show up. If you were Toya, I'm not gonna fault you because here's okay. I can't believe this. Going to the season, the only person that I'm like probably would have an issue with Quad that is legitimate to me is Toya. Because one, at the reunion, she could have just like paid it and said, like, why would you say that? I'm like, Toya, I should have never repeated the rumor that your buddy Carrie Wells was spreading. See, that's
Right.
the other part that I'm having a problem with. I'm like, Claude started that rumor. No, she didn't.
She did not. It came from Carrie.
It came
And that's what I'm
came
trying to
from
tell people. I'm
Carrie.
like, this is what I'm trying to tell people. Like, y'all are picking and choosing to make a narrative fit when y'all want it to fit. Knowing
Correct.
that Carrie Wells was tight with Toya and she comes back and
Mm-hmm.
tells Anila and Quad this information.
Mm-hmm.
The coincidence of then something happening, not saying that it could be connected, but y'all don't think the
Correct.
coincidences are kind of weird? Like, I think not saying that Toya had anything to do with it, but if you're brought that information and then
Mm-hmm.
something
And then
does
something
happen,
happens. It's like they robbed the fuck and she robbed twice. I'm so sorry. I have questions. It's like, okay. The thing about it, I remember so clearly Heavenly saying, do you think this is true? Do you think that Toya might have something to do with it? And Quad said, maybe. Toya, you're more mad at Quad saying maybe you would have did it, as opposed to your buddy Carrie that you're no longer cool with, by the way, saying it. Anila saying, oh, I kind of believe it. Also, but you're more mad at Quad. Quad didn't start this rumor. Carrie did. You know, your buddy that you brought back. I don't know why you did. Why? No one wanted to see the Crypt Keeper. I promise you. No one asked for her ever
mm-mm.
in life. We don't want her.
And that's my thing. That's why I said it's also very suspect because Anila is now hanging back out with Toya, and people are saying, well, she gave her
Mm-hmm.
an apology. No, y'all can believe it if y'all want to. What it gives is Toya now wants to be Anila's friend because Anila is no longer on the show.
Notice
Um,
how she be friends with people because I think her and Contessa is also
are
cool.
now better. Yeah. It's
Mm-hmm.
like that whole type of dynamic. Because again, for me, Toya's whole thing is this show.
Mm-hmm.
The wine thing is cute. Don't get me wrong, but like
It
it's
is.
still newer for her, you know.
Mm-hmm. Like that whole like the wine diffusion she had. I'm like, this is some rich people shit that I enjoy. I love this sharper image stuff that she got in her kitchen.
Mm-hmm.
Right. So I'm like, yeah, no, the whole thing with wine, absolutely. The fact that you don't have a spirit brand is hilarious to me because I'm like, Toya would be really good at this one. She is stunning. I think she has good presence on television. I think she does have the platform, if I'm not mistaken. If Anila can get like her whole damn house sponsored, I think Toya can get 3 houses sponsored. So it's like this works for Toya. And I think, okay, this is my third hot take. The only reason why Toya is holding on to this, she's like, I don't hold grudges. The reason why she can make it with all these other people, person she got into a physical fight with, a woman who literally alleged that she may have set up her own robbery, a woman that she brought on the show and they fought, and then it's like, you stop being her friend. The only reason why you're able, and also with Simone, with your raggedy broke ass, you can make up with Simone because all these people are your actual friends. You were never Claude's friend.
Mm.
You were never her friend. So it's easy to like I don't think you want to start from zero because y'all started off on the wrong foot. So you can never get back to that place because you were never friends.
Mm.
It's easy to like forgive friends and work things out with friends because you also kind of did it with Heavenly too. And
Mm-hmm.
I'm so sorry. All of them, and also Lisa Nicole, all of them have did worse to you than Claude did. Claude repeated
That's
the
what I'm
rumor that
saying.
Carrie said, and you, girl, like, I'm sorry, Maria put her hands on you.
And that's what I'm saying. Toya, it's because Toya wants to be the girl of the
Mm-hmm.
married and married to medicine.
Correct.
And I feel like it always, when it comes to Quad, I'm not saying that Quad is fully innocent, but I always feel there's a certain set of rules for Quad that they know are impossible. Therefore, they can always keep dinging her.
Correct.
And I just feel like it's always these double standards of which they try to make fit. And then it's like when it comes to them, it's not supposed to stick. Like, granted of what y'all said about the girl and her divorce, like, y'all don't think she's gonna be a little hesitant to be open with y'all? Like, I
No.
would. Why
Because
can't no
y'all
one
men are also friends with her husband. You know, the one that
Right,
cheated on her and put his hands on her, allegedly.
right,
They didn't skip a beat. I mean, they
right.
didn't skip a beat with Curtis either, but that's neither here nor there. But y'all ain't skipping no beat. So it's like, well, I'm sorry. What if she's like, I don't think I could be that open with y'all because y'all men are still friends with him.
Right.
And y'all weren't giving up y'all friendship. And y'all don't have to say, oh yeah, we talked about Greg, about what he did. I'm like, y'all got it. You ain't got a lie, Craig. I know for a fact that y'all didn't. Y'all ain't had that fucking conversation with Darren. I doubt y'all gonna have this conversation with Greg or Curtis.
Mm-hmm.
So y'all not doing this with me. It's like, stop playing with me. And the thing about it is like, again, it's like y'all all have your own issue. Every time, I swear, Sutton really is the gift that keeps on giving. When people are saying she has done all this stuff to the women, name them, name them,
Name them.
name them, name them. Outside of that little thing with Sister Circle, name them.
Right.
Even
Y'all
when they
can't still
did
be
that,
holding on to that.
y'all, it's like because she gave top billing to them, and she actually did talk about y'all, but y'all bitches left. But also, you know that little flashback they had with Toya talking about her issues with Quad, and the first thing when they started about when they were yelling in I guess Quad's house. I'm like, you do realize that argument was a reaction to what Toya did to her.
Mm-hmm.
Toya was on Cecil and Simone's live talking about her house, and her buddy Heavenly is the one who told her. I'm like, you know what Toya said about you, right?
Right.
Hmm. But y'all showing that like Quad has done anything. And it's like, yeah, please point to me an instance where Quad is the genesis of a conflict.
Mm-hmm.
I'll wait. Jesus is going to come back, but I'll wait. Name them. Name them. Name something that she has done to Jackie Walt. Please name something she did to
Mm.
Jackie. Name one thing she did to Jackie. One. So now, so in my rewatch, I'm in season 4. This is when I did Hawaii. This was right after Simone's dad passed away. This is after Quad threw the party for Greg for his birthday. Now, Greg said he did not want Mariah and Aiden to come, so she disinvited them. What did Mariah do? She blamed Quad. Greg's the one who said, I don't think they should come and I don't want them at my party. That's
Right.
him. But it became Quad. I'm like, I haven't gotten to the reunion, so I don't know if it came up where it said, did you see where Greg was the one who said, I don't want them there? Because at first he said, when it was just the men, they were disinvited. Then he changed it to, I didn't think that Aiden and Mariah should come. That's not how you presented it at first, but that's neither here nor there. But also during this is like, it's after, because Jackie and Quad both lost their fathers around the same time,
Right.
like in between season 3. And then Simone lost her dad. And then also Mariah apparently lost her dad too. So all 4 of them have this bond. So they're doing this thing together. Because mind you, Quad was in Tennessee with Simone, helping her to go look for her dad.
Mm-hmm.
And it's like, again, that's not your friend, right? That's what y'all saying. Y'all, Heavenly and Lisa Nicole acted like a bunch of donkeys at Jackie's photo shoot for 50 Shades of Pink. The thing, she was mad as hell. Then it was organized for them to recreate it. Recreated it. Oh, that's right. It was Quad. She did that. But y'all are acting like y'all don't have a real friendship. And because she said to y'all, I had to take a step back. Hey, hi. My marriage was over. I'm on television. Everybody knows it. This man has put his hands on me. He said it at a reunion. That white man had to come from New York and actually say, no, this is what happened. He did say that because they weren't going to believe you. I'm sorry, please point out why the fuck she could like confide in any of you. Any of you. And she just took a step back and then she got a job to work on Sister Circle. And here she was around all these Black women and they are just getting to know each other and they were just nice to her. And there she's spending at least 40 hours a week with them. I'm sorry, how many hours a week does she spend with y'all?
Right.
How dare she say that to you? They're like, she don't talk to us during the season. I'm so sorry, y'all. Y'all can do this whole we talk all the time shit. Heavenly, you and Jackie talk to each other all the time. Jackie and Simone talk all the time. Toya be in her house. Which one? I don't know if she rents or owns. I don't know. Don't care. Y'all don't hang out because y'all flat out said when y'all met in that park somewhere, probably Piedmont Park, who knows, where y'all said, we ain't done this in years. Time out. Y'all said to Quad, there's like, we like, you don't be around this. Apparently, y'all bitches don't even meet in parks. So just say that y'all like, no, Quad, you I know the resurrection thing was super weird. And I'm like, let me tell you something. I know it's the idea of that lady who glued rhinestones on her eyelashes and had a ballerina at a baby shower. This was her idea. And she thought she was like, why didn't you just tell her, like, come there apologetic? They wanted Quad to come there and be so sorry and just own the whole situation and not just her part. Because I think they missed the part when she said, look, if we can just move forward and just start fresh, I don't give a damn what y'all said about me. That's it. It was like the thing about it is like, either you want to hold on to it, you don't. She didn't apologize. What the fuck did she do to you? Heavenly, what did she do to you? Please tell me. Y'all wanted her to come there and be so, I feel so bad, or I need my friends, but then you're saying, oh, you just use me. Like, use you for what? Last time I checked, you're using Quad because that's why you wanted Sweet Tea on the show. So aren't you using Quad? Because Sweet Tea being on the show with Greg would make no sense if Quad wasn't there.
Right.
So Uchiwali, like, which one is it? And also that whole thing with Phaedra and Greg, they've been talking about that since season 1. Reunion for season 1. It came up with the reunion in season 2. And also came up with season 3 because here comes Phaedra being the lawyer that can't keep Bobby Brown out of jail. But hey, hi, Bobby Brown can't keep himself. Robert, stop breaking the fucking law. She is cute in her glasses and her updo, but let's be very clear. Robert, stop doing shit. Stop doing crackhead shit. That's why you keep being in jail. I was like, there's only so much that she do. Mind you, Phaedra got outsmarted by that dude with the lazy eye who used to play in the NFL.
Oh.
And you're like, that's bad. Bob do not look like he is the sharpest knife in the drawer. How did he outsmart you, girl? I am offended.
I just feel like Phaedra coming to Married to Medicine still doesn't make any sense. And I think Bravo was trying to make something work that's not going to work. I feel they tried to soft launch her with Real Housewives Ultimate Girls Trip.
Mm-hmm.
And then when they made her appear on air on Bravo on Dubai, remember when she had that cameo?
Yeah.
And I think they were testing the waters then to see how the audience would receive her. And honestly, to be quite honest, I think Phaedra, if she's not going to come in and be open and whatnot, like this was a flop. And I think this season is showing that. And I feel it's another component as to why this is backfiring on them. Like, Phaedra's not saving this show.
Absolutely not.
As much as I love, Married to Medicine, it's an ensemble show. So for them to sit and act as though that they're untouchable, let's be clear. These shows go through recastings at a certain point. This quote unquote core four, y'all picked up that verbiage from doggone Scream. They just started coining that. And y'all are not the core four, Heavenly. You came in season 2. So, I just think that if y'all are gonna play chess, play chess. Y'all are out here playing checkers. Y'all are out here playing sorry.
They out here playing skip bow.
That like it's just very amateur and it comes off very they wanted to humble Quad at the end of the day. They wanted to do all these things. And again, I know the history. It's just sad because I feel like unfortunately, you're going to have fans who jump into these shows later on and not go all the way back to the beginning, hence the discourse. And I'm not saying that Quad, like I said, the Quad is innocent. I just feel like these women have their own thing. Sure, if Toya wanted to have an issue with her after last season, sure. However, if you're befriending with Anila, why y'all got problems? You can't pick and choose. And I think again, she just does not like Quad, so whatever reason makes it fit. And these other women, I think that they want their cake and be able to eat it too. I think that Quad in their eyes is beneath them. And if she doesn't do what they say, they kind of don't want anything to do with her because Quad can do whatever she wants as a single woman. And I think that threatens them in a way. And it's sad, but I hope Quad beyond this, continues to flourish and thrive. I hope Married to Medicine continues to flourish and thrive. But for the core four, it's funny to me because y'all, just because y'all did that doesn't make y'all safe in the eyes of the network or the production.
It really don't. And also, hey, hi, y'all. Heavenly is no OG of this show. But she sure like to play one on TV.
Right.
It's Jackie, Simone, Toya, and Quad. That's the core. But it's like y'all let Heavenly slide through because she was where y'all bitches fought. Don't mean nothing. I like Dr. Damon Daddy. I really do. So, but let's go ahead and wrap this up. Because one, we could talk about this for days. We didn't even scratch. It's so much. We didn't even scratch the surface of Potomac. I don't know. Somebody will have to convince me to keep watching. I don't know if I'm going to. And as always, mind you, I can talk to Brandon for hours. Because I'm like, wait a minute, the only one. I was like, thank you, Jesus. Anytime I feel like I'm completely crazy about something, I'm like, Brandon's like, well, that's how I feel. I'm like, Jesus, why would we do it? Jesus won't do it. This is the last thing I want to say about Married to Medicine. Because apparently we saw the mid-season trailer. Looks kind of good. The mid-season Potomac looks better because I want to see Gordon literally late. I want to see Gordon go to Carson Mia. I don't know why I want to see this so bad because I'm like, I did not expect this from a husband. It's like, wait and see someone so spicy on camera outside of Joey Gorga and Peter Thomas. Okay, like, girl, what is happening? But we see that Quad is coming back. This is my thing. Bring Quad back next season. Bring back Mariah. Bring her back. Have them literally reconcile on camera so we can get a repeat of season 1. Quad and Mariah, because I swear to beans, Mariah was not getting cooked on that stage as long as Claude was her friend. She never let it happen. Bring them both back. Let them reconcile. She's still EP, by the way. So yeah, if you want bring Claude back, bring Mariah back now, not as friend, full time Mrs. MD. Bring her back,
right?
Because that's what we need. Don't bring back Contessa, and I liked Contessa. I'm like, don't bring her back unless she can cuss some people out, namely Heavenly. I need her bring back, but yo, oh gosh, I love this. This is the palate cleanser because I'm like, sometimes you go. And I'm not, because usually I talk to Brandon. But Brandon, thank you so much for being here. Please tell them how they can follow you. What new, if you have new exciting project. I'm sorry, Brandon be doing a lot of stuff. Like, what? He moving and something. Oh, by the way, this comes up. Yes, please tell them how they can follow the social media, because y'all should be following him on the artist formerly known as Twitter X.
Okay. So what am I working on right now? Girl, I'm just doing all the things of script writing. So stay tuned. That's all I can say right now. Stay tuned. But y'all make sure y'all need to follow me on the Instagram at b.good. The E is silent. No relation to Megan Good. That's no shade. We just not related.
It's shade to me.
And my website, brandongoodwrites.com. So yeah, keep up with me. I have exciting things coming. That's all I can say right now, but I have some exciting stuff up my sleeve. So I'm excited. So when I can talk more about it.
Yes, I can't wait, because I'm like, it's gonna come out. You're like, oh girl. I'm maybe like y'all. I'm maybe like I know too much. I'm just gonna be excited like y'all. Me sitting there like, oh my god, it's gonna be so great. But y'all, this has been a Mocha Minutes podcast. Thank you for hanging in with me for 2023. I know this last quarter I have not been consistent, and I know that I do. It's like life has been lifing, grief has been griefing. Yeah, so it's been a lot of things going on. But I appreciate anybody who was retweeted, shared, reached out to me, emailed. Hey Samaj, I gotta respond to your email. I know I do. I know I do. I owe you a response. But I appreciate all of you. This is gonna be, I'm gonna tell you right now, I can say this. This is gonna be the last episode of 2023. We'll be back in 2024. So please take time to yourself. Enjoy your holidays however you see fit. As long as you're not unaliving someone, enjoy, or graping anybody, enjoy your time away. It's okay to take breaks, because yeah, this world is a lot. We got a Marvel person now possibly going to jail, and he got dropped so quick. We got men who are habitual cheaters apologizing again publicly. Party, find your lawyer. Nikki, shut up. You can't say anything about nobody's husband.
That part.
Shush, shh, shh. Just make the music. Rap over the beats. Don't say nothing. That part. Else. Okay? But y'all, this is Mocha Minutes podcast. We will be back 2024, new year. Not new me. It'll just be a new year. But enjoy your holidays. Bye, guys.
Bye.